Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Pharaoh's Wildlife Kingdom. My name is Pharaoh and today we are going to talk about the crested gecko. Now if you're new to my channel and you haven't already done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. So you guys, we're going to go over basic information, personality, and how we take care of our crested gecko here. So this is Cresty, our crested gecko, and I've had Cresty for about maybe 2.5 to 3 years now. And a big shout out to Tiki's Geckos. They do an amazing job with their geckos. I actually got this gecko from them, and they were extremely helpful, answered all my questions. A great time at that expo. I believe it was in Tampa. So again, just fantastic people. Go ahead and check out their YouTube channel as well. So anyway, this gecko is native to New Caledonia, which is an island off the east coast of Australia. This is a gecko that's going to live in the rainforest, really more arboreal than anything else. They're going to spend a lot of time in the trees and really in an environment that's quite humid. This lizard is perfect for climbing in the trees. They've got these toe pads and this prehensile tail that clings on to branches that allows them to climb a lot easier. They even have these little tiny hairs on their toes, which are called seta, and that allows them to cling on to even smooth surfaces as well. So again, an animal that's really just adapted for climbing up in the trees. There we go. You can see that a lot better now. He's really kind of grabbing onto my finger there. Now, for the most part, this lizard is going to be more active at night. It's going to be nocturnal. This is where it's going to do a lot of its kind of foraging or potentially hunting. This is an omnivore that will actually go after insects as well as fruit, nectar, and things of that nature. Now, the reason why they call them the crested gecko, they've got this beautiful crest that goes along the side of their neck, their head, and their eyes. I'm going to try to give you guys a closer look there. Alright, so that's why they call it the crested gecko. Pretty cool. Something interesting about these lizards is that they don't have the ability to actually blink their eyes. So sometimes what they'll do if they get debris in their eyes is that they'll actually use their tongue to go ahead and wipe and clean that eye right off. One of the things I really like about this gecko is how incredibly soft they are. This lizard almost feels like a feather is kind of being swiped over my hand as it kind of crawls. It's really hard to describe. It's just really soft skin on this gecko. It's so cool. It feels really nice. So like I said, out in the wild, this lizard is going to be going after insects and fruit. Here we do make sure that we have food available to our gecko every day. If it was every other day, I'm sure he would be fine too. Here we give our gecko a powdered based diet, which is mixed with water and is usually available at most pet stores, or it can be ordered. We will also occasionally give Cresty crickets. Now, Cresty's enclosure is probably one of my favorite enclosures that we have here if you guys want to take a look. Cresty has a 20-gallon tank. Inside this tank, he has plenty of furniture to climb on. On the left side of the tank, he's got a large hollowed out cork bark with 2 openings on each end. He has plenty of branches and leaves to climb up on, tons of moss in there, and a couple of ledges to climb onto as well. This provides him with plenty of space to climb as well as hide and feel comfortable and safe. For the floor of the enclosure, I've got a piece of turf, making it incredibly convenient for me to clean out. We also have a water dish in the middle of the tank, and his food dish over to the right side of the tank. I keep the water dish in the enclosure for 2 reasons. 1, it helps to keep the humidity level where I want it, and 2, I have seen him drink out of it occasionally as well. As far as humidity goes, we try to spray the tank down every day, sometimes twice a day, providing the humidity and water that he needs every day. For lighting during the day, we just have a UVB bulb, and that keeps the temperature of the tank anywhere between 68 to 75 degrees. If taken care of properly, this lizard can live 15 plus years. Crested geckos will usually become sexually mature at about a year old. After mating, the female will lay about 2 eggs. And the incubation period will last anywhere between 60 to 120 days. This depends on the temperature of the incubation. Warmer temperatures will result in earlier hatching, and cooler temperatures will result in later hatching. Now, I personally really love the personalities of these lizards, simply because they almost look like they look and feel like they're extremely comfortable just sitting in your hand like this. And if they're comfortable, then I'm comfortable. As far as pets go, this is definitely one of my favorite pets, simply because of how low maintenance it is. There's very little that needs to be done. You give him his cup of food, you throw in some crickets every now and then, and you make sure that it's got its humidity every day. You spray it down. But other than that, it's an animal that is quite self-sufficient and is just a beautiful animal. It sits in a beautiful enclosure, and you get to just view it every day. Just one of my favorite animals to have, I think, here, just simply on display. I would recommend this for a first-time reptile. They are quite common. You can get them for a pretty cheap price. They're not really known at all for their aggression. They stay really small. You know, I think about 6 to 8 inches is average for a crested gecko. So they can be quite comfortable in a 20-gallon tank its whole life, as long as you're providing everything that it needs. Also, this is a gecko that comes in all kinds of patterns and colorations. So really whatever you're looking for, especially if you go to an expo, that way you can pick out the exact one that you want. You can talk to the breeder and make sure that you're happy with what you have, and make sure that you got a nice healthy gecko. So yeah, just a fantastic pet in my opinion. So that about wraps it up for the crested gecko. We went over basic information, personality, and how we take care of our crested gecko here. If you found this video to be useful, or if you just enjoyed watching and listening, you guys please give my video a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section down below. And if you want to support my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. That way you're always notified for when I come out with new videos. Now, this was actually the last episode for season 1, so if you have any recommendations on what kind of episodes you want to see for season 2, leave that in the comment section down below. I'll be more than happy to look them over and see exactly what you guys are looking for. You guys, thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you on the next episode.